welcome and good evening, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the lovely weather that we've had today. Go ahead, young lady.
Hello. Hi. Happy May. We have made it. We are almost there. We got a month and a half, guys. Life is great. It's warm out. So, I don't really have a lot because I feel like I just saw you guys like just the other day. But it is currently prom week. So the junior class has put together like a mini spirit week. So this week consists of Starry Night Day, which each class was assigned like a different color to wear. For instance, the seniors had black today. Tuesday, tomorrow, is Star-Studded Day, so you get to dress as like a famous person or a celebrity. Wednesday is Galaxy Day, so just kind of like space vibes. Thursday, I'm very excited about. It's Moonlight Masquerade Day. And we're dressing all fancy, we'll have like the masquerade mask. It's gonna be great. And then Friday is Comfy Constellation Day. Very looking forward to that as well, because pajamas. And I forgot to put it on the presentation for this week, but, or this month I should say. Senior Assassin has begun. The senior class is doing that. It was $10 to get in, $20 to re-enter one time. We have, I believe, 22 out of the 26 participants left. Quite a few got out, but they did pay to re-enter. I have goggles over there because I'm too afraid to walk out of here without them. And some upcoming stuff. Prom is this weekend. I am so excited. The 5-week marking period is ending on May 16th, and the junior senior high concert is on May 18th. So, thanks again.
Okay, well, not quite as exciting as Aaron's presentation, but in front of you guys, we have our budget documents that we're going to be reviewing today for our proposed budget to go out for vote at the end of the month. So on page 2 of the document, it's just a summary of what are we budgeting for. So we're budgeting to plan for the future. So our plan use of fund balance, we are continuing to use this year. You'll see later on where we've reduced it, but we're still using a little over $500,000 for our fund balance. We are proposing a 2% tax increase for our tax levy. So it's a little over $116,000 that we are going to be raising taxes.
I'm sorry, can I interrupt just for a second? One of you guys run that for us.
Oh, I didn't know that was up there.
Yeah, someone could run through the
I can.
presentation.
Adam, you are the man.
Okay, there it is.
There you go.
I can hit this. This one, okay. Well, here it is. I did not realize it was going up. We thought the other board member was going to be calling in tonight, so I apologize. Unfortunately, we're building this budget without an approved budget from our governor. So currently, we are projecting a 1% increase in our state aid. So it's a lower number than what we were hoping for, but we're planning for 1%. Instructional improvements in this budget. We are proposing for new guidance software. We're going to fund all of our current programs and continue to transfer to our federal funds and cafeteria, which is a interfund transfer that we have in here. For maintenance and transportation in the budget, we are adding a head cleaner position that we'll be posting, and hopefully we will have filled in early July. That is a new position. We've not had a head cleaner in our district before. Oh, there it is. Okay. This is just a high-level summary of what our categories look like that we have in our current budget. General support, instruction, transportation, community service, employee benefits, debt service, and our transfers that we transfer from general to cafeteria and federal. As you can see, our overall increase is 1% or $223,000. General support has an increase of $65,000. Instructional is about a little over $8,000. Transportation, $47,000. Employee benefits is $61,000. The next slide will have a little bit more details of what the increases look like. The revenues, like I said prior, we're getting 1% for our foundation aid. State and federal revenues is up 2.78. The difference in there is we are getting additional transportation aid. We had some qualifying expenses to receive aid on. We are receiving additional building aid because we have finished our capital project from 2018. That is finally done. We will be refinancing and closing those documents out in June. So that has increased our building aid for that project that we have finally closed out. And our BOCES aid actually has increased about $95,000. So our services that we purchased through BOCES, obviously we purchase in one year and get the aid the next year. So our expenses last year increased, so we're receiving the aid for next year in our budget. Our general support, here's just a summary high level of what the $64,000 increase in. It's salary increases. These are term employees as well as some CSEA employees for maintenance. They fall under general support. Cleaning supplies, our building costs unfortunately have gone up a little bit. Electric and fuel costs have increased, so those are wrapped into the general support area as well. We do have an increase in BOCES services that we are projecting for next year. The following year after that, we'll receive some aid back on those services that we will be increasing. And we are doing a new voting machine and software. It's a state mandate that Danielle will be running for us, but that is about a $10,000 increase in our budget for the new whole voting software that we have to put in place. So we will be putting that in our budget for next year. Instructional had a smaller increase, and that was because we do have a reduction of 2 teachers. We have 1 teacher who retired. We will not be filling that position. We did have 1 RIF, but as Mr. D indicated at our last meeting, she will be filling a long-term leave position that we have at the elementary school for next year. So she will still be on staff with us next year. Additional support through BOCES. Shifting funds to support grant-funded positions. We always put money in the general fund to make sure we can continue to carry our staff who are covered in grant funds. 90% of our grants are salaries. So we transfer in our summer service program is through the federal funds that for Kendra's special ed students. We transfer the cost from what we receive back from the state from general to federal fund to cover that. And we will be covering all school supplies for the elementary school. So that is something new that we put in this year's budget. So all supplies at the elementary school will be covered by the school district this year. So no school supply list will be going home. Transportation has an increase of just over $47,000. That increase is salary increases with benefits and a slight increase for fuel costs, projecting the best that we can with what the current costs are. And we will continue to fund the Whitehall Public Library, the $25,000 that they have requested. This is our employee benefits here. As you can see, is an increase of $61,000. Great news, our health insurance did not have a huge increase like we have seen in the past. It was just over 5% increase for our health insurance, and we had a small increase for ERS as well. So that resulted in an overall increase for employee benefits of just over $61,000. Debt service is increasing slightly. That's because we are wrapping up the project, and we will be bonding the whole $16 million project from 2018. So we will have a slight increase on the expense side, but we are receiving additional revenue to offset that additional increase in the expense. And we did increase $2,500 for interfund transfers to cover cafeteria and federal expenses. Not knowing exactly what is going on with all of our federal funds, we just want to make sure that we put enough in the budget so we can continue to fund that. The pie chart here, you can see instruction is the largest part of our expense budget here. It's just about, it is 50% actually. And then employee benefits is 25% of our overall budget. So salaries and benefits is the majority of our expense budget. Our revenues Like I said prior, we are looking at a $422,000 increase in our state aid, and a small percentage of that is our foundation aid at 1%, and the rest of our increases are just qualifying expenses, like I previously said. We do have a slight decrease in our other revenue areas. We are losing some revenue on our tuition side from some out-of-district students, so we did see a decrease in that. We are looking at applying $549,000 of fund balance to balance this budget. It's our unassigned fund balance, and $200,000 from our reserves. So we will be using those two to balance our projected budget for next year. Our tax cap calculation here, to start out, we start with our current tax levy amount that we went out for this current year, which is 5.8 million. Our tax growth factor is actually set by the state, so that number they provide to us, it calculates into what we are allowed to set our rate at. Our pilots that we receive, which is payment in lieu of taxes. Currently, we receive $17,523, so that number is backed out in our tax calculation since it is substituting in for another form of our tax payment. Our growth factor is set for us as well. We don't get to change that number, 1.02. The pilot is added back in. We are allowed some carryover money, and the carryover money that we receive in our calculation here is the difference from our capital expenses and capital revenue. When you net the difference out, you are sometimes allowed carryover as long as your revenues don't exceed your expenses from the prior year. So we do have a potential carryover of $89,000. So our tax levy max was just over $6 million that we could have went out at. The Audit and Finance Committee decided that we are going to do a 2% increase, so we are proposing our tax levy to be 5.9 million or $116,000. What does that mean for the taxpayers? Roughly, we are looking at an average increase between Whitehall, Dresden, Hampton, Fort Anne, and Granville of about $15 per 100,000 value of your home. I just want to be careful of throwing that number out. We do have a couple of towns that are not at the equalization rate of 100%, and our numbers that we're using are from last year. So when we receive our information from the county, which does not come until August, if equalization rates change, it will change the calculation amount of what it is that you're paying in taxes. So based on last August equalization rates and assessed values, this increase in taxes of $116,000 would equal approximately $15 per $100,000 value of home. This is prior to any exemptions. So if anyone receives an exemption of any sort or stars, all of that would be taken out after the figures that I'm using here. So I'm just throwing that out. So it is a slight increase, like I said, about $15 per $100,000 home. This is just a summary of what our tax levy history has been here in Whitehall. As you can see, over the past couple of years, we have, went out at 0.5, 1.25, and this year we're going out at 2%. Over a 10-year average, we're averaging 1.3% for tax levy increases over a 10-year span. Propositions that will be on the ballot. Proposition 1 on the ballot is asking taxpayers to purchase one 65-passenger bus and one 41-passenger bus as well. Our bus purchases qualify for transportation aid, so every dollar that we spend on a bus, we get 81 cents back as reimbursement. So the state aid, we purchase it in 1 year, we receive the aid in the following year on our buses. So we're looking at $172,000 for one of the buses and $181,000. Every dollar that we spend, we will currently get 81 cents back for transportation aid. So it's a good reimbursement from the state. Proposition 2 is to purchase 7.32 acres located at 270 Broadway, not to exceed 200, or cost of $250,000, sorry. So those will be our two propositions on our ballot, plus our budget vote proposition will be on there, asking the voters to approve a $22,558,296 budget, which is equal to 1% over our current budget. We also have 4 board seats open, and the members that are running for the 4 board seats are listed on the screen. They are 4 3-year terms.
Excellent job.
Does anyone have any questions?
Just a quick one. Why is the, I always have a question.
Yeah.
Why is the 41 passenger bus more expensive than the 65 passenger bus?
It's probably a wheelchair bus.
It
I'm
is.
just saying it's probably.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is the,
Is it Penny?
Yes, it is.
it is.
Is that what it is?
It's a handicap one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent. Any other questions?
Last year, there was funding for the kids for, during the summer to give food for the kids during the summer.
The summer food program?
Yeah.
So that comes out of the cafeteria fund.
And that's been built into the budget this year?
Yes,
for that,
it's a different.
to continue?
Yeah.
And
So-
I think that's something important for everyone to realize too, is that that was funded last year, but the importance of it for Whitehall and the children, that it's been worked into this budget, even though there's no funding for it, for those children to receive food during the summer for the
Yes.
program, and the school is putting the effort into doing that.
So we did file for the grant,
Okay.
for the No Kids Hungry grant. I don't know if we are going to receive it or not,
Okay.
but we are running the summer program for 6 weeks, and it will be starting July 6th, is that Monday, I think it is. And it'll be the same as last year, so we will be delivering food on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we're doing door-to-door again. Those letters will be going out this month for families to complete if they're interested in participating in the program again.
Okay, thank you.
How many participated last year?
We ended with 175, so we're hoping this year to get closer to the 200.
Can we ask a question about budget?
Yeah.
Can we go back one screen then? Maybe I'm just reading it wrong, or I'm just tired. There's 4 open, and then the 2, I'm not quite understanding.
Oh,
The
maybe
school-
I could have a typo.
There's 4 seats
4
open,
members running.
and there are 5 members running for 4 seats.
Okay, because it says
I have
to
a
fill the
typo.
2
Yeah,
for
that's 2.
vacant. Okay, so that's a typo.
Typo, sorry, thank you. So there's 4 open seats,
5 running.
5 running.
Okay,
And they're 3-year terms.
thank you.
Mr. Frazier.
I don't know if I could ask this question or not.
No.
What's the average person's insurance for the year?
So you're talking health insurance?
Health insurance.
On a single plan, it roughly comes out to about 10 to 15,000. On a family plan, it's about 30,000.
Okay, how much do the teachers pay? Percentage?
Is it 7%?
7%, and it's going to 8% for July.
CSEA?
7.
Okay.
Health insurance is a huge factor.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any questions? I'm going to move right into the board comments. I have to say, we as the Finance and Audit Committee really tried hard to work with the business office to design a very fiscally responsible budget. And I think what we presented you tonight is our absolute best attempt at doing that. I hope you all picked up on the fact that, you know, the school supply factor, that's paramount, right? I mean, we're here for the children. That's really what we're here for. Secondly, swim lessons. The game's on. We're here for that too, okay? The bus situation. Those are in the best interest of the district going forward. There was certain requirements that stated that we weren't going to be able to order a certain type of bus after 2026. So we got on board and we were looking to buy 2. So So if there's any question as to what our motivations are here, it is to design the most fiscally responsible budget that we possibly can have for not only our students, our staff, everyone involved. So I encourage every single one of you to go and find 10 people and bring those 10 people and have them vote, because we need the community to do that. If we don't have that type of interaction, it makes it really hard for us to do our job. So, that being said, I don't have a lot myself this evening, but is there any other board members that have anything to contribute?
I just want to kind of highlight what Jared said by the fact, we're talking in percentages and numbers and all this stuff up here, but I think you'd be hard pressed to find anybody whose household budget hasn't gone up by 1 or 2% in the last year. I mean, that's what we're combating when we do this stuff, so if you think about just the cost of living in general, everyone got a pay increase, everybody got what they were supposed to get, and we were still able to come in at that amount, just to give you people an idea of the amount of effort that went into designing this. So, yeah, we're pretty proud of it.
Right.
We're pretty proud of it. That's for sure.
I would also bounce back off of that to say the money that we're using to subsidize the budget, we are fortunate enough to have the funds to be able to use that fund balance to offset that. The state mandates that we're not supposed to have an excess of 4%. We do have an excess of 4%. I'm sure there's districts out there that don't have that. And we're fortunate enough to be able to use those funds to try and set this in the right direction. So that being said, please come support us. Support yourselves. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. So, anyone else?
I have a question,
Have at it.
not about the budget. On the agenda, what can be put out prior, what can be put out for the public to see, and what can't be put out for the public to see?
The published agenda?
Yeah, just to see if there's more information. I did go and look at, I get used to kind of going on to see what ours, all the information. And I did look today to see like what everyone else can see when they go on, and there's nothing really there. So I didn't know what could be put out there for people to just have a little bit more information when they come to see what's there.
Yeah, that is an initiative that the board clerk Danielle's working on now.
Oh, okay.
So we've had this discussion over the past couple of months about ensuring there's additional information
Okay.
that starts going out to the community. Historically, what's provided is what the district has provided. Danielle is working with other board clerks in the region to find out specifically what can realistically go on the agenda. And that's something Danielle is working at, putting additional information on the agenda on a month-by-month basis. And hopefully throughout the course of the summer, that will be a project that the new superintendent will be working on with Danielle and with the business
Okay.
office to make sure there's additional information there that will be beneficial to the community.
Okay, because I think it's important for the transparency part for us as a board to put as much out as we can. That's all.
I also think we could check with
Yeah.
with our NISBA partners and
Oh, yeah.
and look to see what they have on there for guidance around that as well. I'm sure they have stuff.
And maybe we can just put that on as old business for next month, so we can continuously have that up.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, my comments. End of the year, as Anna mentioned, is rapidly approaching. It's hard to believe that we're sitting here at prom season already. Been seeing notifications come out from both building principals about all the activities that are going to be happening in the buildings over the next 6 weeks, and it's fast and furious, and lots of things forthcoming. So keep your eyes on your emails for all the stuff that's happening district-wide. Spring sports are in full swing. We've got a baseball game going on outside right now. Are girls playing today?
Yes.
Girls are playing today as well. So it's great to see all these extra cars here on campus in the evening, checking out all the great things our kids are doing. Prom's happening this weekend, always a good time. Great theme this year, so that'll be exciting for the kids. I will make mention briefly, and I'm sure Mrs. Strong will mention this as well. I have to state how disappointed I am in the state of New York and how they continuously flub the New York State testing, 3-3 testing. It's an embarrassment. The folks at the State Education Department really need to get their act together because every year we have a failure of the portal system which results in frustration, anger, and tears from our young children who are trying to prepare and do their best on these exams. Yet year after year after year, there's a failure of the system. It's unfair to our students. It's unfair to all of the students in the state of New York. And you know, not that my words mean much, but each year that this has happened, I draft a letter, I send it off to the state of New York, and I get a one-sentence response back. Thank you for your concerns, yet nothing changes. So here we sit, so I share it for probably the 4th year in a row at a board meeting. Let's see, our students persevered though, so we have to say that that's certainly something special. My last comment tonight is I am extremely pleased that this evening the Board of Education will be hopefully appointing a new superintendent. You know, it's been a great 10 years here in Whitehall. I've enjoyed my time, and I am extremely happy that Mrs. Rossetti will be appointed this evening to take over the district, and I have every belief that the district's going to be left in very good hands moving forward. So, thank you.
Yes, sir. Administrator comments?
Sure.
Let's do it. Okay, so in case you didn't hear, the prom is this weekend. It's at the Queensberry Hotel, and then from there the students will go to the fun spot for the after prom. We anticipate them being back here in the Railroader Nation around 2:40, 2:15. Between 2 and 3 is really kind of what it is. Yeah. Miss Anna Brio is the Elks Student of the Month for May. And then on May 16th, Miss Anna Brio again will be performing at the Proctor's Awards. For those of you who aren't sure what the Proctor's Awards are, it's basically the best of the best in the area in theater. This is going to bode well for her. As you all know, she's the voice of the high school and our budding star. Remember your principal when you're on Broadway, please. She will be going to SUNY Cortland as well to major in theater, so good luck there as well. Yes, Senior Sasson is on. Just so everybody knows, there were some ground rules from ye old principal. No senior assassinating in the school or during school hours. I did talk to a few of the kids that when you are marking your target to be aware of your surroundings, and when you're creeping through backyards, that's a thing. So it is a tradition here at Whitehall and just about every high school in North America. It is something that the students do and put on themselves. And I will say, as you know, as much as the game is, it's one of the few times where the entire student body does come together. That and Senior Skip Day, so that's cool too. So that's all I have for everyone, and congratulations, Anna.
Thank you.
This is strong.
So it is Teacher Appreciation Week this week, so I just want to give a little shout out to all of our educators here. We wouldn't be here, neither would our students, without all of them. So thank you to all of them for everything they do for our students here. As Mr. D said, there were some issues with the testing last week. We do finish up testing tomorrow and Wednesday. Unfortunately, you know, the circumstances are what they are. There wasn't a lot that we could do. You know, teachers encourage their students to be patient and wait and try to sign back in. But our kids were great. They're very resilient and, you know, eventually got signed in, got their test done, but not without frustration. So their efforts were definitely commended, and we will finish up this very long treacherous journey of state testing on Wednesday. And our Memorial Day ceremony is on the 21st, and our Mr. Lambert, who's also our mayor, will be coming. to make a debut, so it will be 10 o'clock at the elementary school. That's all I have.
Thank you for the reminder about Teacher Appreciation Week. My brain is not working tonight, so my apologies, but I would like to thank all of our teachers who work tirelessly and devote so much time and energy to our students. So thank you to everyone.
Mrs. Holbrook.
No new updates from me in the special ed world. All is going well. We are chugging along.
No updates in the special ed world is a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, treasurer's report. I would like to recommend the board take action to approve the treasurer's report and accompanying documents.
Can I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Mr. Pratt, a second.
Second.
Dr. Newell, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried.
Board minutes. I would like to recommend the board take action to approve the regular meeting of April 20th, as well as the special meeting and BOCE's budget and board election held on April 21st.
Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Mrs. Norton, a second. Mrs. Borden, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried.
Despite Kendra saying she had nothing to share, she has been busy. She has held CSE, CPSE minutes on March 2nd, 5th, 13th, 27th, 30th, and April 2nd. I would like to recommend that the board take action to approve those minutes.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Dr. Newell, a second.
Second.
Mr. Lambert, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried.
All right. I'd like to read the resolution that we have here in regard to our new superintendent. Be it resolved that the Board of Education of the Whitehall Central School District hereby appoints Mrs. Jessica Rossetti as superintendent of schools for a term commencing July 1st, 2026 through June 30 of 2029, upon the terms and conditions set forth in a written agreement between the parties, and hereby authorizes the board president of the Board of Education to execute the agreement on behalf of the board. With great pleasure, I recommend the board take action to approve that resolution.
Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mr. Dudley, with a fast second. Mr. Lambert, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried.
Thank you so much to the board. The process was, just incredible. Having not been from Whitehall, the people I've met along the way have just made me so excited. My husband's here with me tonight, Sean. He has heard lots about Whitehall and has lots of Whitehall time to come, but I'm really excited to join this community and become a railroader. I have an official railroader sweatshirt I now own, so Chris, I will continue my maroon, I promise you that, but thank you to the board for all of the support along the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have a few appointments. Any concern taking these as a group? Hearing none, I would like to recommend Amber Lafayette to the position of teacher aide bus aide, effective April 20th of 2026. I'd also like to recommend the permanent appointment of Samantha Ames, position of teacher aide bus aide. She has completed her probationary term. And I'd also like to recommend the permanent appointment of Melanie Vandenberg to the position of teacher aide bus aide. She too has completed her probationary appointment.
Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mrs. Norton?
Second.
Oh, you just calm down, Mr. Lambert. Okay.
Good, get one.
Well, you're really off
Quiet
target
down there,
tonight.
Randy.
Do you have any other discussion, Mr. Pratt?
Not at this moment.
All right. That being said, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried.
Okay, we have a few disposals here. First, we have a 2007 Chevy Silverado 3500 with dump that we are looking to place on Auctions International. You can see that it's got a series of issues with it that make it an unsafe vehicle to use here in the district. We also have a list before you of obsolete and non-functioning IT equipment. That equipment too would be vetted to determine if there was value to it, so that too would go on auctions internationally.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Mr. Pratt, a second. Mr. Lambert, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried.
Mr. Palmer, you need another truck. I know you do.
I don't do Chevy, sorry.
Mrs. Palmer says no.
Let it reflect in the minutes.
Yeah.
It's because I've had 3/4 of a cup of coffee this evening. So. Okay, we have one resignation. I would like to recommend the resignation of Whitney Crew. She is resigning for personal reasons.
Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Dr. Newell, second.
Second.
Mr. Pratt, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried.
Okay, we have a building use request. I would like to recommend to the board the approval of the building use request from Lynn Ennie with the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary. They're looking to utilize the junior-senior high school on June 2nd and June 4th for a safe boating class. We need access from 5:30 until about 9:30 in the evening.
Excellent. Can I have a motion to approve? Mr. Dudley, a second.
I'll second.
Mrs. Dykel, any discussion?
Yes. She's
Any
a very,
discussion?
she's a very strict teacher. I passed her class. I passed, 96.
Not strict enough.
Any further discussion?
I beat Keith.
Just to have to keep in mind that New York State requires everybody to have that. There is no grandfathering in anymore.
Yep,
So
that's right.
Excellent. All right.
Okay.
Hold on.
Did
All
you
in
guys
favor?
vote?
It's not July yet.
There was too long a
You want me to have her come over? All right, all in favor? All opposed? Carried. We are allowed to have fun if you're wondering, so. All right,
Okay.
go ahead.
We have a proposal from the trap team. You're all aware of how outstanding a trap shooting club we have here in Whitehall, how well we do on a yearly basis. Mr. Redmond is making a request to trade 3 of our existing shotguns toward the cost of a new trap gun. The overall cost of that new trap gun is $750. Surrender value on the old shotguns is $600, meaning we would need to come up with $150 for that new TriStar shotgun. I would like to recommend the board take action to approve this request.
Motion to approve? Absolutely. Mr. Dudley, a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ford?
Like that stuff.
Yeah. Any discussion?
Yes.
I knew it.
We used to have 3. I didn't get a chance to talk to Mr. Redmond. We're only replacing it with 1.
Right, we have 2, we've got more than 3
Okay.
shotguns. I think we own 9.
Okay.
So we're trading 3 in toward the one
Right. Well, I
true
mean,
trap gun. In addition, Mr. Redmond allows the trap team to use 2 of his trap guns on a regular basis.
So eventually we're going to need to purchase
Eventually,
2
we
more.
should be purchasing a couple more.
Yes.
Again, we can spread this out over time, so there's not a hit at once. But at this point, Mr. Redmond regularly is able to obtain funding from different groups for all of our shells, for all of our birdies, so, for the pigeons, so we're not, picking up those costs.
But in the near future, we should be looking
We
at.
should be looking at a couple
getting 2 more too.
A couple of quality trap guns.
So that's a pretty cheap percentage.
Yeah, they're giving us a very, very good deal on that.
Any further discussion?
Good.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Carried. Well, you're excited.
I am. I'm very
something like that.
Forthcoming information, budget vote and election coming up right here in the LGI on May 19. Voting hours are from noon until 8 p.m. Right here in the LGI. Please get folks to come out and vote. We'd like to see a lot of faces.
Okay. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Jared.
What do you got for me?
I thought we were going to see a presentation tonight on proposal for the McDonald's property to compare, what the complaints are, as Mr. Lambert has, he's done a great job on Facebook to explain it, and there's people pushing back of, they don't understand the cost savings that place, that McDonald's site is going to be, as far as, the water sewer is already there, and the building is already there. And I thought tonight was gonna, there's gonna be a presentation just to say exactly that. That if we were to go up, up the road and have to have a septic system for a wash station and everything else. So I'm just a little disappointed that it wasn't included tonight.
Well, do I have some news for you, sister?
I know on Thursday there's a public hearing, Mr. Lambert is doing a great job with that.
We obviously had the budget vote presentation, and in respect to not trying to take anything away from that, I had opted to have a different evening to do so. But I would encourage everyone that can attend to that, or come and attend that meeting, to please come and ask questions and get factual information out there. Because you're absolutely right, there's a lot of things that maybe some people aren't clear on and don't necessarily understand the impact that would have. So here's something that needs to be very loud and clear. If for some reason that this does not come to fruition with this particular property, that does not change the need that we have to come to a resolution, okay? So we as the board are committed to switch gears and move to the next possible location. With that comes some different challenges, not only like environmentally speaking, but also fiscally. So, we've tried to do our due diligence. I do realize that there is a lot of pushback. I think Mr. Lambert does, really need to get some credit for the amount of time and effort that he's put into answering these questions and has done a phenomenal job at doing so. I think if some of those folks that were on there asking questions came and participated in an hour's worth of time, we could probably hammer out a lot of those concerns as to why, we're trying to go in that particular direction. I know that I personally have spoken to quite a number of people, and I think we've made some headway there. I think we have a really good, chance at making this happen. It's just going to require, not just the board, but community members to go out and also have real respectful conversations about why this is in the best interest of our district. There could foreseeably be a time in the future where maybe there's not those monies provided by the state, to do a project like this. So we should seize this opportunity now. So I'm sorry that we couldn't present that this evening, but we are very much, trying to take the appropriate steps so that people have that information.
Is it your Thursday?
Sorry.
Go ahead, I'll let this end of the table answer.
I was just gonna say, so with that said, that does mean, so Thursday night at 6 at the town, right?
Municipal building.
Yeah.
Village
That's
building,
where
town
we will
building.
be, that's where we will be meeting. I believe all of us plan to be there, correct? So anybody that won't, Dickie won't, right?
May 7th, 6 o'clock, town office, village office.
I'll sell my house if you sell me yours.
Huh?
I'll sell my house if you sell me yours.
I ain't selling mine.
It's not his, it's his wife's.
You've been talking to her too much already.
Is that the only plans for community, getting out to the community?
Right now, I think that's all we've.
We're gonna see how it's attended, we're gonna see, how it's received, and obviously, if there's a standing room only situation or whatever, we'll dedicate whatever time necessary to make sure anybody who wants to take part in a discussion or a presentation, we'll have another one and another one and another one, whatever it takes.
Anyone else? Oh, Mrs. Hollister. I missed you.
I leaned over to Dane, I went, oh, there's no visitor comments on the agenda. I got a little nervous.
You want to know something? You asked us if you could ask a question earlier.
Right.
And I was thinking in my mind, who in their right mind is going to tell her no? So it's so wonderful to see you.
You're so mean to me. I love you. Okay, one of two things. One of our maintenance workers, Toby Brown, is currently in the hospital. His appendix burst Friday night. So they took him via squad to Rutland. He's got a drain and I think he was gonna come home today. And he has to go back Friday morning for surgery to have it removed. So he's a pretty sick man right now, so we can all just keep him in our thoughts. Administrative Professional Assistant Day was on April 28th, last Wednesday. And on behalf of all the administrative assistants, I want to say thank you to the administrators for the beautiful flowers that every one of us received. It was very thoughtful and we felt very appreciated. So thank you. I think that's it.
All right, who else? Well, that being said, I think this is a record for me personally. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
I was gonna say.
Dr. Newell?
Yeah.
Have a great evening. See you Thursday. Don't forget to vote. Have a good time.